Alright, we are live. Yay, yippee-doo-dah-day. Alright, so we're gonna talk about an issue I have in the cosmos with causality, a cyclical system on any scale. So we know on any scale it's all cyclical, depending on your cosmic belief system, I guess. But it is to what I understand it to be. So where I'm stuck is how you get, oh, I don't know if I can do this, causality in a cyclical system. Like, you need a cause to make an effect, but then can a cause then be effect then be a cause? You loop it. Then if so, then you could go back in time and cause your own death, and that's okay. How does that? Would that not make that make sense? It's quite a confusing conundrum. Don't know if they can do it. So that's what I'm wrestling with. If we say that everything is a cycle, the universe starts anew after this current iteration. And you have the something in the beginning that we are unfamiliar with happens, and then we get us, and then black holes eat us. And then the black holes emit radiation and disappear, but all that energy is still here, all that information. And then that becomes a new state of entropy at a lower state, because we're at a higher max state of entropy. So max entropy is the new low entropy, because what they say in the beginning, it was extreme amount of entropy. And it's confusing. Damage over times. I just don't understand how we get there. Cycle. Cycle waves. Causality. But we can't forget entropy. Alright. Can do it with this. Did he not like land any damage over time there? Wow. That's where I'm at. And also the whole thing of a black hole. You got 3 dimensions. Where's the hole actually go? And then you're breaking the law of thermodynamics. You can't go anywhere. Well, technically here, it's just in a different form. You need to worry less about a lot of things and worry about what I'm doing. That may be enough. Let's see if we get it. Okay. Alright. And I don't have a 5-star yet. Alright, did I do this? Did. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to do. Oh, I do actually. Somehow, I thought I needed 255 of these, but I keep doing the math and it comes out to 275. Which is worse. I wish, still too far away. Oh, actually, that might be good. All 4 on that one. Definitely worth it. Need to get these people moving. Alright. That's not what I wanted to do. I'd like to know what I spent Chirotech on. I only have 398. Like, I don't remember what I upgraded. Upgrading any Chirotech lately. Oh, never mind. It was Zam. That's what it was. I get the patcher shards. No. I checked that. That seems more like it. Alright, let's see here. Again, I wanted to offer me the blues. Like, these are easy to farm. I don't even know how many of those I need. Work on getting the blue first. Should be pretty close to Vader. I'll give that one a whirl. So yeah, I lost this on this is the alt, so I lost the GAC on this one. Need this. So yeah, I lost this. So 17, 19, 18, 11. I don't know, they even drop. Might have dropped once with 1811. Yeah, they dropped on Ray Ezra. And then on Executor, I dropped far more. I dropped, I got through ships. What did I drop on? Oh yeah, dropped on Queen Amidala because JML or JKL failed. And then I dropped on Gungans because Treya failed for some odd reason. I don't know. Jabba, Lord Vader. Oh no, this wasn't the Lord Vader one. What was this? JMK. Failed on that. It's JMK. And this was C. C failed against this. I don't remember what failed against this, but this was a nightmare trying to clean up after C failed it. So it was like all legit counters for this stuff, like Gungans. Treya is a counter for that. I've beaten tons of teams with Jedi Knight Luke lead. It's just weird. So this week, 11.7. Yeah, glad. No new mercenary, or no new bad batch. It's the new at low. No Gungans. No clones. A 6-star Profundity, Leviathan, Executor. And decent Datacrons. Alright. That's what we have happening. So back to me stuck on causality in the cycle. How do you get back to the first cause? What's the first cause? And is it not just an effect from a previous? Is there ever a cause or just an infinite number of effects that lead to another cause? What does this one need? Alright, so we'll do full on this. One more. Oh, here. And we'll see what we got. Oh, no, went the wrong one first. Filter, cell. Volume. Upgrade. Alright, so that one I bought hit twice for 11. Alright, let's... hold on to that one. Ugh, that's ugly. 2 hits for 8. Oh man, 3 flat stats again. Why? Why is it so many times that happens to me? Alright, let's go to... Okay, this one seems good. Hey, there we go. Wow. Okay. Sure. Let's just go right first one. And it's a good mod too. Wow. Okay. And it rolls health on the first one. Okie dokie. Alright, that's just how we're doing it, I guess. Okay. is on. I have to say, that was a pretty good roll on that. That was a pretty good roll on that. Let's see what else we got. No, not that one. No, not right now. I want the good ones first. Protection. Actually, definitely don't want that. Alright, here's a crit channel now. That one's funny. But then I got a blue one like that. Okay, so offense, protection, health. Okay. Okay. Alright, that makes more sense. Alright, so that one rolled good. Okay. No. Maybe. Okay, here we go. Health, protection, crit chance. No. Alright, can't have them all. Alright. And offense. This needs crit chance to be good. I mean, it's a good mod. I should roll it up when I'm waiting. Let's see what else I have here. Here's a protection with offense, crit chance, and defense on a speed. It's another health with decent. Just don't need a lot of these. I rolled up all the good ones last time. I didn't like that mod anyways. Okay, I'm gonna try this one. Okay. Alright. Wasn't too big of a fan of it. See, this is an offense protection, but again, it doesn't have offense on this. But, I mean, it's got decent stats, though. I'm gonna roll it. looking for like one more of these gray ones to do. Alright, I think that's all we're gonna find on those. What we got? Green 2 hits. Yeah, we got another arrow, another protection arrow. I don't like it though. Definitely don't like that one. Okay, there's an 18. I don't like 8-speed mods. Exactly why I don't like 8-speed mods. So close. And that's that one right there, and there's not gonna be any purples. Alright, go back to these. Let's find out what we got here. What do we got? Okay. These all have like only 3 hits. What? What is this filter? Oh. Oh. Need a new filter. Need it. Speed by speed. Alright. So I got an offense health mod. And then I got that arrow. Is it an arrow? Oh, it's 24 speed, right? It should be here somewhere. The 18 speed. Okay, again, the method works, right? But where is that mod? And what was it? Look at that. Okay, it was a square. There it is, right there. So, let's see if it's better than JMK's. Nope. Is it better than Luke's? It is better. Ah, it's got 5 protection on it. Right, what do we got here? Java has a 25. Let's do it this way. Sort by speed. There we go. Now 25 speed. Now past that 20 down he had to the next one. Then we'll pass it down. Okay, so it's not better than General Sindula's. Not better than... I'm gonna give it the first order officer though. So he has a 6-dot mod for his ship. Alright. There we go. Can I make him faster? There, he's gonna go with that. Alright. It's gonna do it for that kind of fun on this account. Wow, I can't remember with that mod, dude. It was on the other account though. Hey. All this been done. Now I gotta do Galactic War. Oh, and I gotta do this. Can I do any more on this datacron down here? Alright, almost there. Just need that data cache. Data cache is killing me. Wish they would sell it in the episode store. Alright, let me swap over here. I'm good to go. I think I'm good. I'm a huge fan understanding what we live in as a cosmos. I mean, like we're ever gonna really know, but it's interesting to probe the question. Accepting the fact that we're probably never gonna know is like the first thing. too big. There's too many anomalies with distance and light passing through multiple gauntlets of gravity and stuff, distorting, getting to us, redshifting to us. It's giving us a false sense of what's going on. You see it 90% of the new data that comes out. It's just lines up to disprove like most of what we've learned in science for all this time. So up enough for one mod on this one. We even get it. Start in the right spot. That was 3. Please give me good pulls on this. 1. 3, that's better. 3. I want to be done with this in a day. I want to be done with this tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be done with it tomorrow. Alright. I have 1 more cantina farm. 2 more cantina farms I have to get done. And then another day in a row of no shin. Wow, it's been with her. Shin's doing better than Marok's doing. And another no day of Sabines. Alright. There's some cute characters just don't drop. Still trying to wrap my around how you get a hole in the middle of something. Unless there's a density there. Like, gravity well. What's the gravity well in? It's in 3 dimensionals. So it's to be in a spot. You can't just, I don't know, make a hole into what? You say there's a hole in space-time. What's the hole into? Putting a hole into something implies there's a way out. Having a large, dense object that has massive amount of gravity, that makes a hell of a lot more sense. Putting a hole in something. But, you know. People be what people be. Alright. He stunned my Drogon, seriously. Just get a turn to throw him. He doesn't even take him out. Wow. I'm out. I'm gonna keep that up. See, I get offered exactly what I want to buy in the other store. These and these. I want to buy 50 at a time. 100 at a time. Actually, I need 100 of these. Maybe, I don't remember. I think I lost on here too because of the client reset. Yeah. Yeah, I lost because I was doing wrong person. I was doing this battle, was doing the cleanup on this, and the client reset, and it gave me, and then this was all that was left. So I cleared all this with my first go, and then I went in here with first order, cleared this up, and then ended the battle, and the client reset, and it kept it. So that was the end of that. So, yeah, that was the loss on that one. It is what it is. It's gonna happen. I win some, I shouldn't. You're gonna lose some, you should have. Should have won, so. $13.3 million. Basically everything. Not all the dark side clones. Bad on Datacrons. Naming all the ships, yeah. Alright. It's not too bad. Yeah, that left. Like nothing left. Let me check. Make sure I did this stuff. Did that. Did that. That. Let's see what I roll in mods on this one. Wow, I got like none to choose from. Why are they all this color? Look at this. Look at this. Garbage. 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 That's actually not too bad. Garbage. Garbage. Super garbage. That's actually got a lot of crit chance on it though. Right. No. Okay, yeah, we got nothing over here to do. We have this one. Let's check the greens. These 11 speeds here. I'm not doing a 7. No, no. Yeah, see, that was going to be a bad call anyways. But we would try it. Okay, so that's like horrible speed. 14% slice quality. 15 speed on 4 hits. Wow. Good. Let's check the loss filter. I don't have anything to upgrade these. Alright. Did I do that? Yeah, I did. So nothing on this one. Hopefully I win GAC tomorrow. So what does everybody think about black holes? You think it's a hole, or you think it's something you fall on? It's just a giant sphere of mass and gravity. I don't know how big it is. Definitely don't think it's a singularity, because that makes absolutely no sense. Because no matter what scale you go to, it's all the same. So the quantum scale is no different than any other scale, so you have to apply the factors to it. You know, gravity is applied through a field, and if the particles aren't designed to interact with that field, then why would gravity be applied to them? Things can be inhibited from a field. That happens all the time. And we see that. You have one thing go through a field and one thing not go through a field, and the same principle. You have a field that applies gravity to mass, certain things, specific things. We could look it up, I guess. And you get a gravity, and then because it's applied through a substrate, you get the extra gravity that's not actually there. more and more convinced that dark matter doesn't exist at all. It's just the substrate that applies the necessary gravitational force to do what's necessary, which is to produce entropy. Bring things to a more chaotic state. More importantly, the particles that Hawking radiation releases from a black hole is the most fascinating thing. That leans me more towards my line of views on it. The particle that is released through that quantum, what's the word? There's a word where a particle is released from the event horizon and the particle also is on the other side of the event horizon. So one gets out, one gets in. What that particle is, what that energy is, I think is the byproduct of what we're looking for. I think that is the byproduct of the universe, or the product of the universe. The goal sounds better. Because everything gets crammed into just more and more dense objects. And the likely outcome is produce something. You're not there to produce something, why? No point at that. No point for causality, there's no point for a secular system. There's no point for what we see things are. Just need to see how things go and how things work. I had originally thought we were like a battery producing an energy to power something outside of our system. But I less think that that's likely. I do think we're producing something, and the Hawking radiation that bleed from a black hole, or well, we're going to use black hole because everybody knows what that is. But the thing you fall onto, I believe that is the main product, and all that is driving to a bigger one through cosmic tunnels, threads through a substrate. Just like superhighways on a silicon chip, you know. There's pathways for the matter to energy to move through. There's pathways for the matter to move through. The cosmic threads are all shooting through like cosmic veins through a system, powering it, releasing this energy. So it could be like a cosmic space force, like a space being, where the veins that cruise through there, and we power it. We produce the energy that powers the system, and we're just similar to a heart. The great attractor is similar to a heart. It pushes it through and allows it to produce entropy that drifts off into the Hawking radiation and drifts off into the void to be powered by something. You know? I don't know if that would be a waste. Yeah, I'm not sure if that'd be a waste of power. Like on our scale, that's a lot of matter. But if it's your system and you're using this power, it's probably not that much if you're outside the system. It would also explain why it appears flat, because the parts that we can see, the tunnel that the matter is cruising through, they are pretty flat. I mean, that's in order to flow, that's like kind of like the thing you have to have. That one's pretty good. Cosmic veins. I'm gonna work that in. Let's see here. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see here. Let's go to this. Right. Nope, that's definitely not it. Nope, stop. Oh, I messed up something. Fixed it. Why can't I see anything? What does this do? There we go. I'll put that right there. Okay, let's talk to AI for a minute. Let me put this off for a second. Let me go over to my Discord and get the conversation. You have to remind AI what you're talking about. Let's copy that. Let's paste that. Press enter. Alright. Let's see if it can pick up. Okay, so we got a truly fundamental. Okay. Now I forgot what I wanted to ask it. Alright, let's see here. I literally forgot what I wanted to ask it. Oh, okay. Oh, I remember what it was. Okay. Let's go. What if the cosmic threads are like veins in a system? Probably misspelled all that. Yeah, she got it. Dispersing energy, matter, even though responsible for channeling dark matter. Kate, dark matter. Dark matter is the sum st rate of a thing this theory. Okay, got it. So for the framework, dark matter isn't an unseen force, but rather a fundamental cosmic substance. Meaning, instead of being a separate entity influencing gravity, it shapes reality and dictates how forces like gravity and entropy unfold. If dark matter is the substrate, then those cosmic veins could be structural channels within it, actively transporting or redispersing energy and mass across the universe. This would mean interactions like gravity and the behavior of light aren't happening in space, but rather through the substrate, similar to how fluids move in a network. This implied void spaces form a natural response to really simply clearing out the areas of the substrate, which means it can replace over cosmic cycles. Yes. It is a cycle system. Yes, it is a cycle system. And Roger Primrose, okay. Yes. Higgs field applies gravity things it or this is why quantum particles don't seem to have gravity effects. All right. Okay, what do we got here? Well, I mean, okay, it's not understanding what I'm saying. Um, a substrate, T-R-A-T, substrate applies gravity in a field that some can interact with and some just pass through like any neutrinos. Alright. That just adds another layer to this framework. Gravity is just uniform acting all matter equally, but rather a force. I don't think only certain particles, like neutrons, for example, can pass through without interacting. Mass alone is a determining factor for gravitational effects. Well, if mass was the only termination for, well, yeah. Okay, if mass was the only factor for gravity and dark matter is substrate, how is there enough mass to hold things together? Okay, if dark matter isn't a separate entity but rather a substrate itself, then the conventional idea that gravity is purely a product of mass needs to be re-examined. Yes, that is correct. In my framework, that is, mass alone would not be the driving force holding structures together. It would be an interaction between mass and a gravity field that applies by a substrate. They remain bound not because of their total mass, but because of how the substrate holds itself. Yes, that's true. Could be emergence property. Yes, well, I mean, neutrinos is just a thing that how it cannot affect things. It just... T-E-R-O. Neutrinos was an example of how something can exist and not interact with some things. Alright. Yes, that's correct. Alright, if gravity isn't an inherent property of mass, but instead applied through a cosmic substrate, then not all matter would you need to interact with the gravitational field. Some particles could pass through unaffected, much like neutrinos, and do not experience electromagnetic forces directly. This could open up interesting possibilities. There could be yet undiscovered particles, states of matter. What? Why are you saying this? Also, bypass, if so, could that be leveraged to help develop points? Oh, dude, I don't know. Okay. Alright. Yes, if gravity is a field and you could turn it on or off, and a lot of things are SSIB possible, but not sure if we can ever have a CCESS access to it. It's just okay. Oh, you could inhibit the field. I don't know. Like, when you talk about things like that, it makes my ideas sound more crazy. Yeah, don't. We're not at the. We are not at the mess with gravity field in maybe later. Need help on how a black hole can make a hole in a 4D space without making a way to leave the space. My idea makes them a dense object that you would fall on to, not into. All right. Yeah, it's definitely not singular. It just makes absolutely no sense. All right. But listen. Gravity is a field, and if the object gets compressed down to just mass, just the particle that the mass is a applied to there would be a limit. It could be crushed. That's bad wording. Yeah, there you go. Ultra dense, no singularities, ultra dense. Points, the extra compression. No, what? No. No, 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 no. It's not new forms of exotic matter, dude. There is one. What? H-A-N-K, Hawking rats. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Yes, Hawking radiation. It's the only known output. That is the ENGY that system uses that the cosmic threads below make. Alright. Alright. Hey, no, I mean, oh, we are trying to simplify a word object with small words like a fluid spot. Right. Close. Like information moving through a computer to a PC chip. Oh. Okay, it's more precise construction, like information channels, similar to how data moves. Yeah, it's all information. Distributed is a passive medium, but it's an actively transmitting a regular interacting guiding G-like pathways. Circuit board. I don't know about localized gravity fields. Substrate is also bound by its own rules, like we are. Okay. Coherent, the gravity field is universally applied. Then every interaction within the substrate follows a consistent set of rules, just like we do within our own physical limits. Substrate isn't just a chaotic medium, but a structural framework with predictable constraints. Shaping cosmic interactions and physical laws shapes our experiences. This idea keeps gravity uniform, but allows for localized variations. Yeah, okay, it's bringing in the non-interacting particles, but Again, once you get rid of all those, then yeah, they don't interact, but they're not really there anymore. They, when you compress something, like you get a neutron star by compressing electrons into protons and stacking neutrons. What I'm arguing is everything gets pushed into the mass particle and it's that dense object. And all the other stuff disappears because all those other subatomic particles disappear because they can't survive within the substrate. It's interesting. We are being pulled last directed to a spot that I think is similar to what a GR would be in a great tractor. So, hell, my spelling. The tractor gravity anomaly pulls galaxies, including the Milky Way, towards it at incredible speeds. We imagine a cosmic heart in the central fort regulating the movement of matter across vast distances of cell. Split through in your framework, the complex extrastructural pathway, the great attractor could be a central node attracting the flow of energy within the substrate instead of just being gravitational. It might serve as a reproduction. Yeah, and this gets you your cyclical universe. And it gets your original cause. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. I pulled that correct. I spelled all that wrong. Wow, I'm getting way ahead of my brain here. And a regulated system rather than a simple repeating pattern. Instead, everything is just resetting in a predictable way. What? Yeah, evolutionary aspect of the cycle. Yeah, it's not pure rotation. Yeah. It's max ENTR is just a new form. Yeah, form of low ENTR. Just like our start was true. It started us. Other Wise you break rules by using trophy. I spelled all that wrong. Oh. Okay, exactly. If entropy naturally increases, then the universe, the initial state must have been max entropy, setting the conditions for everything that followed. This aligns with the idea that rather than violating entropy, the system merely transforms, and what seems like disorder at one stage become a foundation for a structural interaction at the next. This also reinforces your concept of entropy as a cycle rather than in a irreversibly decline. Instead of reducing entropy, it shifts, resets the system in a way that allows new complexity to emerge. This means that even the formation of galaxies and cosmic structures follow this underlying rule. They aren't exceptions, but rather expressions of entropy's renewal. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. It states it better than I can. You mean this? Oh. Your properties changing. I mean, the possibility of the substrate itself might go through a phase stage at the version and you might have a cycle of transmission cell entropy. Okay. Okay. We can substrate now. Straight now. It is a separate exponent. If its rules can it erodes the space. It erodes the void. I totally messed that up. Didn't get my words. Yeah, we already discussed that it's a separate system with its own rules. Okay, if the substrate has its own governing principles, this means it also has constraints, certain limits that define how it can respond. Yeah, it's got the same limits as the system. Limits as a system with unbreakable rules system. Why would any system not have underlying? Got that right. Yeah, every system operates on a simple set of rules. Okay. Roll is ENTY. Its role is to guide us to do ask. And most likely there will be other systems as larger system. Hey, it's a program. Stop with like praising me. I get it, dude. If entropy governs our system, while the substrate has its own rules guiding cosmic interaction that applies a larger interconnected framework where different systems coexist, each following their own principle, but ultimately contributing to the same greater structure. We are part of it, that our understanding of it might just be one layer. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It's not really layers, it's systems. Layers. Systems. Wait. Doors. Gen. Alright, that's it now. Instead of stacking concepts like layers, you're describing a network of interconnected systems, each fulfilling its own purpose while contributing to the larger whole. Hey, what's going on? How's it going, man? We got DMD in the chat. You in the space, or you want me to go back to Star Wars? I'll do whatever. If entropy governs our system and the substrate guides its function, then we are likely other systems beyond ours. Yep, that's what I'm going with. Okay. Let me get a summary of this. And you give me a summary. Wow, we covered a lot. Wow, covered a lot. Let me copy that. I must post this in my forum. I have all this in my Discord. Wow, that's nuts. Okay, that was huge progress. That was huge progress. Let's see, how close are we to Lord Vader? Pop this up here, see what's going on. Yeah, I got my energy and stuff to do. I think Monday I can do Lord Vader. Oh no, wait, today's Sunday. Never mind. I thought today was Saturday. Alright. Okay, I'll take that. Yeah. That's not what I wanted. I have like 2 relicates to do. Wish the AI would remember that conversation so I can continue it. But I'll get it back in there again. I'll have it all over again. The hell I roll. One day I'll produce an answer. I don't know why I go to the store 100 times. How many of these do I have? 100. It's not gonna be in. So what I need for Vader is Relic 8, Relic 8, Relic 7, Relic 7. So it's a lot of signal data. 5 more of these for this one. That's what I'm saying, like, I don't need 2,000. I don't want to spend 2,000 crystals for 100. I want to spend whatever for 10. I don't need that many right now. I do, but I don't want to spend 2,000 crystals. That doesn't even give me my end result. That gives me like 4 levels. Stop going through that. I think this Lord Vader's gonna wipe out my Cairo. I'm pretty sure, I actually know he's gonna wipe out my Cairo. Wipe out my Zetas too. Oh, why? And why? Do I have enough mats? Yes. I need 200. Oh, I need some more of these. Alright, that should get me there. And that should get me the rest of the way. Now it just comes down to data cache. Yeah, it's gonna come down the data cache if I even get here. I'll get some from TW today, and that's about it. And I can buy it from the store. Yeah. I guess we got in about all we're gonna get in. I mean, we solved the cosmos, so, you know. bonus. Got a 24 speed mod, 25 speed mod, or whatever it was. So, I'm dipping for the day, guys. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and may the force be with you.